getting my coffee, trying to get ready to do this. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing. Good morning, everybody. What's up? Try not to be too loud because my daughter's in the other room sleeping. Not that it's super early or anything like that, but still trying to be a nice guy. We're not going to do some of the typical things that YouTubers do. We want to be a little bit different. Maybe we'll do a squishy challenge. I don't know. Slime. Kids are making slime these days. Maybe we'll do that. I don't think anybody else is doing that. No. Actually, what I'm going to do this morning anyway, there's a couple of things we're going to do throughout the day. We'll see how it goes. I don't even know what we're doing, so we're just going to kind of go by ear. So this morning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start lunch now. Maybe dinner. I don't know. It depends on how long it goes. But let me show you what I'm going to make. Look at that. I'm going to make some pork butt. All I'm going to do is apply some rub to it. And I'm going to go outside and I'm going to smoke it. I've yet to be successful at making these. So when I say like I haven't been successful at it, I just mean that I've only cooked these, I don't know, a handful of times. This is actually going to be my third one. The other two that I made were twice the size. So I haven't been successful because I haven't gotten them just right. It's not like I set them on fire or anything like that. Although I did set one on fire. So what I'm planning to do this time is I'm going to be patient. I have all day. I'm starting early. It doesn't matter. I'll do the best I can. I've recently gotten into barbecue. I've made ribs and those have come out perfect. I've gotten to the point where I can make ribs and they've come out perfect. Not quite yet with the smoked pork butt, but we'll see what I can do this time. All right, so I got it out of the packaging. I'm going to use this rub right here. It's from a barbecue team called Killer Hogs. I think they're out of Georgia. I tried this rub on ribs last weekend and they came out pretty good, so it'll be cool to see how it comes out on this pork butt. I just took the pork butt out of the packaging and I was going to put a little bit of olive oil on it just so, you know, to act as a binder for the rub, but I'm not sure if I'm going to need it because it's kind of moist out of the bag, you know, so I think I might just rub it on and see how it goes. I'm probably messing up already. Some people use gloves when they do this. I would like to use gloves, but I don't have any. Just like picking this thing up and handling it, like I feel like it's gonna cook longer than I think it is. Get up on the side here. I hate handling it like this without gloves. Just to cover it nice and good. Trying to get the sides here a little bit more. And now it's time to take it. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it rest here for a little while. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the pit ready. So let's go and get the pit ready. All right, as a man, I'm a man. There are things in life you have to have that are manly. Some people it's cars, some people it's boats, some people it's fishing gear. For me, it's barbecue. And when it comes to smokers, pits, I'm a man's man. Look at this rig I got. Now this is just a little Kingsford chimney smoker thingy-mabob that probably cost me about 40 bucks, if that, at Walmart. But I've used it a couple times and it works pretty well. The only thing is managing the heat on this thing can be a little tricky. Check this out. This is kind of manly. I'm using lump charcoal. These little white things that you see, those are wax cubes. So I'm going to start the fire with those. I just light those and boof. Boof? Really? Filming and dealing with fire. I'm sure it's a great idea. There goes one wax cube. There goes another wax cube. And there goes the third wax cube. Let there be fire. It's going. Probably can't tell in the video, but there's actually kind of like smoke coming out and some fumes. And I think a lot of people make this mistake. They put the meat on too soon. I certainly made this mistake. They put the meat on too soon before the coals are actually ready. And not like this too soon while they're still flame, but you really got to let it burn up and just be white and hot. And that's when you put your meat on, because then you get rid of all of that gnarly charcoal taste. And that's what I did last time, and no charcoal taste last time, so it was awesome. All right, just about ready to put it on the smoker, but I noticed while I was away kind of goofing around and playing around, the temperature of this thing got pretty high. I don't want it that high. I want it to be around 230. So I closed the vents up a little bit, and so I can get the temperature down. And then once the temperature is down, I will put this on. Oh, and one last thing I need to do. I need to put on some good chunks of apple wood here to get the smoke going. All right, it is on. See that smoke? That's the smoke I want. That's the apple wood smoke going there. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put the lid on. And now the hardest part of this process. I have to wait. I have to let it do its work and let it do its magic. And remember how I told you earlier how my other pork butts failed? I think one of the main reasons is I was fiddling around too much, trying to make it perfect, opening the lid constantly, goofing around with it, checking it out, looking at it. All that stuff I think contributed to the fact that while it was delicious and it was great barbecue, but it wasn't that tender, and I think that was the reason. So this time is going to be different. I promise I will not lift the lid and fiddle around. And that's the temperature I wanted at right there. It's good. All right. See, it's running a little bit, a little hotter. Come on, focus. It might be focused and I'm out of focus. That's probably what it is. But anyway, a little hotter than I want. But I'm going to take the cover off. This is the only time I should ever do this, just to spray. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. Really? I just bought this. Alright, there we go. Just took a while for it to get going. But check it out. The pork has reached an internal temperature of 160 degrees. So what that means is I'm going to take it off and I'm going to wrap it in tin foil and then put it back on. At this point, it's about, I don't know, maybe 2.5, almost 3 hours in. The smoke, it's about as smoked as it's going to get. It doesn't need to get any more smoky than that. Otherwise, it'll start to kind of taste funky. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off and wrap it. It's looking beautiful. All right, it's all wrapped up now. Just, I don't know, 3-4 more hours to go. Can't wait. According to this, 195 internal temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. All right, I put it back on the grill. It seemed too good to be true. It seemed like it was, I don't know, like not enough time had passed. I think it needs a lot more time to cook. And so I checked my recipe thing, and yeah, sure enough, I had the temperature set wrong. I don't know if you can see it there, but I set it to, here, let's move it over here so you can see. I had it set to 190, and I should have had it to about 198, 200 degrees about, and actually the temperature went down, if anything, which is kind of weird, but I moved the thermometer into a different place. Hopefully taking it out like that didn't jack it up too much, but the temperature on the grill itself is right where I want it to be, so I'm just gonna let it sit here a little bit longer. Probably another couple hours. Alrighty, I took it off the smoker. I tested it in several different areas and I was getting the same result. It was pretty high temperature at 198. I let it sit for about 15 minutes. So I'm just going to take it apart. I've seen kind of what it looks like, but I'm going to start taking it apart. One-handed here. I could feel the heat, so it's still a little Still a little warm. And there it is. Look at that. It looks delicious. There's still a lot of liquid in there. Hopefully it's as tender as I want it to be. I'll take it out of the tinfoil, put it on a plate, and we'll see if I can start pulling it. I think it could possibly fall apart if I try to move it. So instead I just decided to leave it in the, in the container that it's in right now, and then just transfer some of the meat over to this plate. I'm not sure how good it's going to be. I'm sure it's going to taste good, but I'm just curious how tender it's going to be. You can see that this bone right here is just popping out. So usually the good test of whether the barbecue is good and tender is if you could just pull it out like that. And the fact that it came out just like that is a very good sign. Look at that, it just rips apart over on this side. Oh yeah, I could feel the difference right there. Some of it, like, it's tender on the inside, but some of it's a little harder on the outside. Anyway, you guys don't need to watch me pull this whole thing apart. I'll show you when it's all done on a plate. All right, here's the final product. There's a little bit more in the pan, but I filled this plate up pretty good. Look, you can see the smoke ring going on. You could see sort of like, maybe that's the money mussel part. I'm not sure. Underneath is a lot of bark and stuff. This pork butt came out way better than I ever expected it to be. Now here's the ultimate test. Aiden, come here. Take a piece. Take a piece and let me know. Really quickly.
It's good.
You like it, right?
Yeah.
Not bad. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. And what else, Aiden?
If you subscribed, you should hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Make sure
so you know.
Get notified every time we post a video.
You'll know.